Hi, this is Brandon Sham from Algoma University, and I'm going to give a quick demonstration, well, maybe not so quick, of how to calculate Evar, which is an evenness index used in ecology, largely to demonstrate or to calculate or give an estimation of how evenly distributed resources are between species or taxa in a given location. So I've got a collection of plot data. Each column represents plots, and each row represents plant species. And the first thing that we have to do to calculate this, and it is a fairly substantial process, is give ourselves some room. And in fact, we're going to open up 3 columns here. In the first column, we're going to calculate this value down here, ln of x. So I'm just going to put a reminder at the top. All right. Now I only want to do that for neighboring cells here that are full. So I always start off with an if statement equals if this cell is empty, then do nothing. Otherwise, ln of that cell. Close the bracket. We're owed one more bracket here, and then enter. Now, I can just simply copy this down, and you'll see that it doesn't do anything if there's no cell necessary. All right, so immediately I can move down. All right, the other thing that I'm going to need to calculate is ln, you can see ln of x again, divided by s, which is the species richness. Ln of x divided by s. So the first thing I'm going to do is go down to the bottom here and calculate S, or species richness. So I'll just say S, and I can use a simple COUNTIF function to calculate S for all the values in this first column. You'll notice that all the values are above 0, so I'm going to make my criteria greater than 0 in a COUNTIF. So it counts the number of cells in that list that are greater than 0. And it's 15. Okay, so I can refer back to that as necessary. All right, so once again, now I'm going to go back here and calculate ln x divided by s, and that's a fairly simple process, I can say, but I want to do it only for cells that have something in it. So equals if this is 0. Do nothing again, or if it's nothing, do nothing. Otherwise, this, because that's already the ln of s, divided by, and I'll just go back down here to the s value. All right, and bracket, and oh, too many arguments. Let's see what's going on here. Otherwise, I see. That's an equals. If c equals nothing. There, problem solved. All right, now I have to, because I want to copy this down, but I want B43, which is the species richness, to stay static. I'm going to put a $sign in front of the 43. So that means as I copy it down, it will remain 43. See, doesn't change. All the other ones change from C4 to C5, but this stays at B43. All right, so I'm going to continue to copy that down. All right, now the next thing I have to do is calculate the sum of that row. Equals sum, so you can use the sum function to do that. All the way up, enter, and now you've got the sum of that row. Now I'm going to name these columns just for simplicity's sake. And you'll see why. So for the next column, I'm going to indicate what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is A minus the sum of B raised to the power of 2 and divided by S. Okay, so that's a much more busy calculation, but we have pretty much everything that we need. Open that up, and you'll see that this is sort of going on with all of these things. So this is A minus the sum of B, this section here, raised to the power of 2 divided by S. Okay, so we're going to say it equals if again, this cell equals nothing, then do nothing. Otherwise, and I'm going to open a bracket, A minus, now is the sum of B here, so I'm going to go to the bottom, sum of B, back up, close the bracket, raised to the power of 2, and then divided by, and I'm going to go back down to S. All right, close the bracket and enter. All right, so there we go. Now again, I have two references to a sum at the bottom, D43, and the species richness at the bottom that I want to stay static, so I'm going to put dollar signs in front of both of them. Enter. Doesn't change the number in any way, but it means that when I copy down, it will keep the right formula. And there we go. All right, now once again, I'm going to have to take the sum of all of this, so you can see down at the bottom that it requires that, equals sum, all the way up. So we have the sum of that, and now basically we've got all of this part, and all that we have left is this part here. All right, so the last part of the calculation, and we'll just say Evar here, equals 1 minus 2 divided by pi, and then you have to open bracket and close a bracket, and then times, and times, which is a star in Excel, arctangent, which conveniently Microsoft Excel has a formula for, atan it's called, and then we simply refer to this sum. Close the bracket, and there's our evenness measure. Okay, and that's how you calculate evenness in this particular fashion. So Evar is only one evenness index, but that's how you calculate it using Excel.